This is Obsidian ASMR. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Hey, and welcome back to Obsidian ASMR. And before we get in to today's episode, I want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you out there that clicked the subscribe button and got us as a community to 1,000 subscribers. Technically 1,001. That to me is a little milestone that's making a fantastic month. In fact, probably one of the best months of my life so far. Hopefully, got a long way to go. Hopefully. But, with that being said, we are back, and just as an addendum, I will be saying more about that in an upcoming video. So, keep your eyes peeled. Secondly, sorry for the little bit of a break. I went on holiday and I just ran out of road. It's been quite busy, but I'm back. And these should be coming out every week, 3 times a week. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. And if I remember correctly, we were at episode 61. But as always, we'll start season 3 with Master Roshi, looking very hench. He does lift. But we'll turn it over and see that we've got 31 explosive episodes. And it says on the back here, Goku journeys far and wide to test his strength against the best of the best. Driven by his promise to a heartbroken young boy, Goku completes his training under Master Korin and prepares for a brutal rematch with mercenary Tao. The battle rages on as the powerful warriors trade blows in a furious flurry of Dodon rays and Kamehameha waves. A victory for Goku spells the end for Tao and could hasten the downfall of the Red Ribbon Army. Even if the little man succeeds in ending Commander Red's reign of terror, he must still locate the final Dragon Ball in order to summon Shenron and resurrect Bora. To complete his quest, Goku must beat a Fortuneteller at her own game, slam the door on the Demon Land, tame the dread Inoshikacho, and survive a beating from a masked dead man. His journey will be filled with danger, but with each victory, Goku gains the strength needed to emerge victorious from the upcoming World Martial Arts Tournament. just so immaculately presented. The quality on the discs may not be the best, but I think you'd find it difficult to disagree with how much love that clearly has been put in to these box sets. Let's put that over there so you can just see Roshi. So, fun fact, there are 5 seasons of Dragon Ball, and I was missing 3 of these little booklets. So the last season, I'm pretty sure, I recorded with a booklet. The first season I didn't, and I didn't have a booklet for season 4 and 5. But I actually, quite astonishingly, managed to procure the booklets for all the missing seasons. Sadly, we've already done season 1, but season 4 and 5, we can continue using these. It's a good price as well. So, you got Yamcha, Goku, Master Roshi, and Krillin. There he is, the monkey boy. Again, for those of you that aren't aware, Dragon Ball was based off of the old folklore tale, Journey to the West. And he's based off Wukong, the Monkey King, I think. So there's Yamcha and Krillin, Master Roshi, and Korin, the cat. The villains aren't as frightening as Dragon Ball Z or Super. But you got the Red Ribbon Army, Officer Black, Colonel Violet, and Commander Red. He makes an appearance, or his grandson makes an appearance. I think it's Magenta in a Dragon Ball Super movie. Super Hero. Then you've got Fangs, See-Through, Bandages, Spike, the mysterious Fifth Man, and Fortuneteller, Baba. And then, not to spoil too much, you also meet, for the first time, Tien, Shinhan, Jiaozu, and Master Shen. But we'll get to that in a little while. So, we start off with episode 62, which is Sacred Water, and it aired on the 13th of May, 1987. Goku attempts to snatch the sacred water from Korin with his after-image technique, which is no surprise to Korin. The next day, Korin gives Goku a senzu bean to last Goku's appetite and energy for 10 days. Korin throws Goku's Dragon Ball out of the tower, forcing Goku to run down and up the tower again. Goku attempts to take the sacred water while Korin is sleeping, but thinks better of it. He then tries, long and hard, for the next 2 days to get the sacred water, but Mercenary Tao realizes how he wasn't able to kill Goku. Goku attempts to read Korin by mimicking his every move, and then the very next day, he finally manages to get the sacred water. To his disappointment, it does strengthen him, but all that exercise did him good. If I would summarize that, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Tao then kills the tailor who made his outfit before leaving. Episode 63, The Return of Goku, aired on the 20th of May, 1987. So Tao arrives back at the scene where he killed Bora and starts to bully Upa. But Goku arrives in time to save him and rounds on mercenary Tao. After some small talk or banter, Goku demonstrates his speed and his strength. Tao also happens to know the legend of Korin's Tower and the sacred water, and the two begin to fight. Goku blocks most attacks from Tao, to Upa's surprise. Meanwhile, Bulma is working on a new scout plane to assist Goku. It's at this point the fight takes a turn, and Goku seemingly gets the upper hand against Tao until Tao's Dodon Ray singes Goku's hands. He was expecting more of an effect, so he ends up resorting to wielding a sword against Goku, but Upa fetches Goku his power pole, and Goku breaks Tao's sword. Tao kicks a stone, missing Upa, but destroying the TP as a distraction. And then he begins to climb the tower to get Korin's sacred water. Episode 64, The Last of Mercenary Tao, aired on the 27th of May, 1987. While Mercenary Tao tries to climb the tower, Goku enjoys his moments with Upa, who is amazed at Goku's newfound confidence. Meanwhile, Bulma's Dragon Radar is malfunctioning due to some radar jamming situation, which is also affecting Commander Red. Tao reaches the tower summit and meets Korin. Arrogant, Tao drinks the sacred water, and Korin tricks him into thinking his strength has been boosted. But Korin also gives Tao a dark cloud to ride, which causes Tao to plummet to the ground. Tao, recovering from the fall, is still upbeat about the effects of the sacred water, and he starts to beat Goku. However, it's revealed that Goku was only taking those blows to read and understand Tao's moves. Tao then pretends to surrender, but instead throws a napalm grenade at Goku, but Goku manages to kick it back at him. The bomb explodes right in front of Tao, seemingly killing him. Meanwhile, Bulma has finished engineering a radar against the radar jammer, which also boosts Goku's. So, with no more interference, Goku makes a beeline for the Red Ribbon headquarters to finish the fight. Episode 65, Confront the Red Ribbon Army, aired on the 10th of June, 1987. And it begins quite dramatically, with Commander Red receiving word that Colonel Violet has tracked another hands it over to Commander Red, receiving a pint-sized reward. Bulma, however, has completed her spy camera to find Goku and then launches it. As Goku makes his way to the Red Ribbon headquarters, Commander Red is convinced that it's Mercenary Tao. The spy camera is destroyed when it hovers above the Red Ribbon base, and Bulma, Launch, and Roshi realize Goku is making a direct attack on the headquarters. Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar receive the news and take off in order to stop Goku. Episode 66, A Real Bind, aired on the 17th of June, 1987. While Yamcha and the others are flying after Goku, they decide to also find Krillin. They find him swimming, but he flees before he realizes they're there to pick him up. Goku beats a scout out of the sky, and his cover is well and truly blown. But he manages to get past the defences and penetrate the base perimeter. On the other side, all at once, he has the entire Red Ribbon army on top of him. Yamcha flies the plane into the Red Ribbon sector, barely escaping a heat-seeking missile. And it's at that point Colonel Violet is grabbing every scrap of money she can get. See, she should have been called Mercenary Violet. Goku infiltrates Red's command building, just as Commander Red retreats to his office with General Black. Episode 67, The End of Commander Red, aired on the 24th of June, 1987. The war rages on between Goku and the Red Ribbon Army. Then the soldiers begin to flee in terror, except for Colonel Violet, who is heading straight for Red's treasure vault. She swipes all the money and valuables, and then promptly makes her leave. Red gets frustrated and angry, and leaves Black to face Goku as he retreats to his penthouse. As Goku beats Black, Red activates the ceiling to crush Goku, but Black kills Red when he discovers that Red wants to use the Dragon Balls to make himself taller, rather than use them for world domination. Goku emerges from the wreckage, and Black tries to talk his way out, but Goku won't fall for his lies. As a last resort, Black uses a mega robot machine to take Goku out. But Yamcha and Violet are both trying to evade each other in a kind of how best to describe it? Game of cat and mouse, I guess. But more like mouse and mouse. General Black beats Goku plenty and is preparing to fire his final lethal weapon. There's a film series in that. And Goku. Leading to episode 68, The Last Dragon Ball, which aired on the 1st of July, 1987. As Yamcha nears the Red Ribbon base, Goku evades Black's laser cannon. Black uses all he has got, and Goku destroys the robot mech suit, along with General Black. Goku now Yamcha and the others arrive, the war is over, and Goku reunites with his friends. His success in crippling the Red Ribbon Army amazes everyone, and Puar scouts around the Red Ribbon base with her ability to fly, but she finds no one. Even Goku's accomplishment in climbing Korin's tower surprises Master Roshi. And as the episode ends, Bulma promises to fix the Dragon Radar, and Goku promises to have Bora resurrected. So we move to episode 69. Who is Fortuneteller Baba? Which aired on the 8th of July, 1987. So Bulma finds there's nothing wrong with the Dragon Radar and thinks something organic may have swallowed the ball that puts the ball off detection. Roshi suggests that Goku visits Fortuneteller Baba to find the last Dragon Ball with her clairvoyance or clairvoyant abilities. Goku takes off with Yamcha, Puar, and Krillin, and they stop at a town, and Goku needs to get a new suit of clothes with a new martial suit. Whilst a new martial suit is being made, Goku takes Upa on the adventure with him, changing into his new clothes. Goku and his friends head off to Fortuneteller Baba's palace, passing desert tornadoes and storms. They're greeted by Baba's assistant, Ghost, at the palace, and a group of mean-looking visitors enter the palace and leave in a devastated state. Goku and the others enter, and they meet Fortuneteller Baba herself, who is not what they expected. Baba is asking for a huge price for a single fortune, and Goku's only alternative is to battle 5 of Baba's warriors. Can't wait to see Jackson. Episode 70. We Are the 5 Warriors, aired on the 15th of July, 1987. And effectively, Yamcha, Krillin and Goku feel up to fighting, while Upa and Puar choose to stand back. Krillin starts against Fangs the vampire, and he misses with every single one of his attacks. And he's beaten when Fangs sinks his fangs into Krillin's scalp and sucks almost all of his blood out. Obviously, due to the loss of blood, Fangs is easily able to push Krillin into the lake with a knee kick. Ghost then attends to Krillin's blood loss. Unsuspecting, Upa and Puar volunteer to be the next to fight Fangs together, and Fangs agrees. Scared but determined, Upa breathes crunched up garlic into Fang's face, before Fangs then rounds on Puar, but she turns into a porcupine that impales Fang's jaw. Upa then uses his resemblance to form the cross of Jesus Christ and slaps Fangs into the lake, winning the fight. Yamcha then chooses to fight next, and Baba tells Yamcha he's fighting an invisible warrior. While Yamcha's attempts are unsuccessful, Krillin sends Goku to fetch Bulma and Roshi. Yamcha tries hearing the invisible man out, which leads to Episode 71, A Deadly Battle, which aired on the 22nd of July, 1987. So Goku locates Roshi and Bulma in their capsule ship, and Goku collects Roshi and Bulma in such a careless manner that it makes the ship swerve down an aggressive launch, takes control in the nick of time. Yamcha's hearing the invisible man works out at first until Baba starts singing awfully to distract him, leading Yamcha to take repetitive blows. Krillin then diverts the invisible man, with the applause giving Yamcha the chance to fight back. But the man becomes silent, and yet again starts devastating Yamcha. Goku arrives with Roshi and Bulma, and with a thrust of Bulma's breasts, Krillin causes Roshi to have a violent nosebleed, right on the invisible man, exposing him to Yamcha. Yamcha beats the invisible man with the Wolf Fang Fist, making him surrender. And then at this point, Roshi reveals that Baba is actually his sister. For the next fight, Baba leads the whole lot into a creepy tower, and Yamcha is to fight in a realm called the Devil's Toilet. Baba takes Goku to her home room, serving him a meal while testing his reflexes. She has some creepy ideas in store for Goku and his friends. Episode 72, Goku's Turn, aired on the 29th of July, 1987. And Baba summons a coffin, which contains Yamcha's opponent, a mummified warrior. The mummy is a lot faster and stronger than he looks, and Yamcha nearly falls into the Devil's Toilet. The mummy beats Yamcha despite his attempt to retaliate a surprise attack as the gang watched in horror, threatening to crush him by breaking his limbs if he refuses to surrender. Unable to watch his master being tortured in the fight, Puar has finally had enough. He cuts in and transformed into a woodpecker to peck the mummy, forcing him to release Yamcha, but it makes the matters worse. The mummy knocked down Puar to the ground with Yamcha, and he was seemingly dead. He was only knocked down, not dead. But furiously pained by the loss of his shape-shifting friend, Yamcha tries his last effort to defeat the mummy, but was too weak from the beating. The mummy then grabs Yamcha and forces him to give up or fall into the Devil's Toilet. When Yamcha refuses, he drops him into the green lava of the Devil's Toilet. Goku saves Yamcha with his power pole, and thus Baba decides he's already lost, and while Yamcha and Puar recover in time to watch with the others, Goku is next to enter the fight. Episode 73, The Devil Might Beam, aired on the 5th of August, 1987. And effectively the mummy feels a bit hesitant to fight Goku, but Goku whets the mummy's appetite and counter-strikes, leading the mummy to bind Goku with his own bandages. And after a long struggle, Goku jumps down just before, or just beyond, the deadly toilet water and is a demon. The demon seems easy to beat, and he nearly falls into the devil's toilet. But Spike prepares to use his devil might beam to finish Goku. Episode 74, The Mysterious Fifth Man, aired on the 12th of August, 1987. Master Roshi briefs the others on the story of Spike, whilst Spike fires his Devil Might beam at Goku. Goku resists the beam entirely, causing Spike to fire an even stronger Devil Might beam. But again, Goku resists that as well. Spike then flails a trident at Goku, but a mysterious man wearing a cat mask and a halo on his head is seen watching the fight closely. Goku almost falls into the devil's toilet, but climbs on the other side of the bridge and surprises Spike. He's able to finish him off with just a simple mighty kick. And then, the final fighter requests Baba that he and Goku fight outside. Roshi senses some familiarity about this fifth fighter, and then the fight begins. Episode 75, The Strong Ones, aired on the 19th of August, 1987. And this is the final fight until they can use Fortuneteller Baba's clairvoyant skills. But both opponents, Goku and the Masked Fighter, are evenly matched. The Masked Man launches Goku into the air and sends him crashing through the stage, but Goku attacks back. The Masked Man then launches, to the surprise of everybody else, a Kamehameha wave, but Goku avoids. He then uses his own Kamehameha wave on the Masked Man, causing him to fall to the ground. And Goku lands a knee blow on him, leading him to believe that he's won. But it's not over. The Masked Man grabs Goku's tail, disabling him through his weakness, and starts slamming him on the ground. The Masked Man is becoming more familiar to Roshi, all whilst the fight is continuing, and he has a good idea as to who is under the mask. At the end of the episode, he reveals to the gang that the man under the mask is none other than Goku's deceased grandfather, Gohan. Episode 76, True Colors of the Masked Man, aired on the 26th of August, 1987. And Roshi guessed right. Gohan repeatedly slams Goku against the floor whilst the fight continues. But meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf is trying out his new power suit, and Shu and Mai spy from a satellite on Goku. It turns out Pilaf has the final Dragon Ball and has jammed the Dragon radar. After they soon discovered Goku's weak point is his tail, Pilaf, Shu, and Mai set out to Fortuneteller Baba's palace to squeeze Goku's tail in order to defeat him and steal his 6 Dragon Balls. Back at Fortuneteller Baba's palace, Goku is still refusing to give up through the weakness of his tail, and Gohan is about to slam Goku one more time to kill his own grandson, much to the horror of Goku's friends. However, Goku Goku's tail eventually rips off just in the nick of time to avoid the final blow. Completely free from his weak point, but enraged at Gohan for pulling off his tail, Goku is about to fight back, but Gohan surrenders and finally removes his mask to reveal his face to Goku, causing the young warrior to start crying. Bulma retells her adventures with Goku, and Gohan chooses to stay dead and vanishes after a very touching farewell. Papa then reveals the exact location of the final Dragon Ball. Episode 77, Pilaf's Tactics, aired on the 2nd of September 1987. Goku flies his Nimbus after Pilaf's car to get the last Dragon Ball, but the Emperor is heading to Baba's palace in the hope of procuring the other Dragon Balls, thinking Goku still has the tail and thus a weakness. Goku stops the car and recognizes his previous enemies. Pilaf challenges Goku to a battle with his Dragon Ball against all of 6 in Goku's possession. Pilaf, Shu and Mai then get in their power suits, but the machines are unaffected by Goku's first attacks. They corner Goku, and Shu burns his clothes off. To Pilaf's horror, he finds Goku has no tail. So Pilaf, Mai and Shu combine their power suits, much like a Megazord or a Voltron, into a titanic machine. Using a Kamehameha wave, Goku blasts the side of Mai's power suit. Mai ditches her broken power suit and rides Pilaf and Shu's combined power suits as the trio flee. Shu fires a missile, but Goku throws it right back, trashing the power suits. Pilaf begrudgingly gives Goku the Dragon Ball, and Shu gives Goku his clothes. Episode 78, The Eternal Dragon Rises. Aired on the 9th of September 1987. So Goku flies back to Baba's palace and takes Upa with all the Dragon Balls to the land of Korin. Yamcha decides he wants to train with Roshi, who doesn't feel up to it, but Bulma changes his mind. Goku and Upa have fun on their journey, and then Goku summons the Eternal Dragon with a pluck of his courage. Upa wishes his father to be resurrected. The dragon grants the wish, and Bora rises from his grave. Upa delightfully embraces his father, and the dragon vanishes into the 7 balls. Before they scatter, Goku grabs the 4-star ball, which is already turning into stone. He bids Bora and Upa farewell and heads back to Baba's palace. Roshi says that he has nothing more to teach Goku, and he tells Goku that he'll get more training by walking instead of riding on the Nimbus Cloud. So Goku starts his journey across the globe, while Yamcha and Krillin head off to Master Roshi's for another round of training. Episode 79, Terror and Plague, aired on the 16th of September 1987. Goku's travelling when he sees a girl about to be eaten by a tiger monster, the worst kind. He saves her, and she asks him to help her village, which is being terrorized they see that there's a call going on in which a person's name is called, and if they don't reply here, they'll be sent inside the gourd, a bottle used by Terror and Plague to trap people and dissolve them into a drinkable potion. Goku shows, challenges, and you guessed it, beats them. But they use the gourd, and they trap him inside. However, the wily Goku uses his power pole to prevent himself from completely falling into the bottle, and one of the thugs decides to drink the new potion, thinking Goku has been dissolved. But once he's freed, he surprises Terror and Plague and traps them into the gourd, gives them the old Uno reverse. Terror and Plague beg for mercy, and as a punishment for their tyranny, they're put to work. Episode 80, Goku vs. Sky Dragon, aired on the 23rd of September, 1987. Effectively in this one, Goku makes an enduring journey to challenge Master Tien. But Tien is busy fending off the rising dragon and his two men. But before they can fight, his brother the Sky Dragon stops him. Tien agrees to work with Goku, and his son, Shogun, starts to get worried. Goku finds Tien has been in weak health and learns from him about the King's tournament. He manages to get some medicine for Tien and avoid conflict with the Dragon Brothers. Sky Dragon spends his time terrifying his students, and Goku volunteers to take Tien's place in the King's tournament. Jealous, Shogun spikes Goku's breakfast, and at the tournament, Goku is battling Sky Dragon as the laxatives kick in, but he resists the effects and beats the Sky Dragon. The Dragon Brothers and the students join Tien for his teachings, and Goku resumes his journey. Episode 81, Goku Goes to Demon Land, aired on the 30th of September, 1987. In a castle, Princess Misa is taken by a demon, and Goku reaches the village and avoids the traps. In the castle, the king has doubts Goku will succeed, but recruits him to face the demon, Shula, which means, actually, school in German. At that moment, the demons are rampaging through the village, but the king escorts Goku to the portal the next day. Goku can't pull Shula's sword from the door. At Kame House, Launch is getting agitated with Roshi, while Yamcha and Krillin are hard at training. Goku meets the guards, Gola and Melee, who advise caution against Shula, who intends to marry Princess Misa. Goku defeats the first demon and shocks everyone with his intention to fight Shula, and then Goku beats Shula and escapes, with Misa, Melee, and Gola helping. Goku then pulls out Shula's sword and seals the portal. Episode 82, and the final one in the Fortuneteller saga, is The Rampage of Inoshikocho, which aired on the 7th of October, 1987. Goku finds some people running away from their village. They say that a monster named Inoshikocho is terrorizing their village, so Goku goes and finds two men, one of whom has a third eye, who defeated Inoshikocho. The villagers pay them 100,000 zeni giant stranger then fights Goku. He chops down a tree, which falls on Goku, and a girl wakes him up, saying that she found him unconscious in the woods. A little bit later, Goku then goes to the next village and finds the two strangers pulling the same trick. This time, Goku says that they're friends with Inashikacho, and they trick villagers into believing Goku is friends with them. Goku then picks up Inashikacho and runs off, but the villagers catch him. The girl who saved him appears and clears Goku's name. Episode 83. Which Way to Papaya Island is actually the first in the Tien Shinhan saga, and it aired on the 14th of October 1987. 3 years have passed, and it's the day before the World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku sees 3 guys beating someone up, so he steps in and fights. They run away, and the guy he saved, Gonkichi, is very thankful. Gonkichi takes Goku to the airport so he can fly to Papaya Island, the site of the tournament. But Goku has no money, so they go to a carnival to win some. They do end up winning enough money for the tickets, so they head back to the airport, where Goku sees Fortuneteller Baba, so he stops to talk. Gonkichi runs off, but is caught by the same guys as before. They force him to rob a bank, but he gets caught. Gonkichi admits to Goku that he was a criminal, but he wants to change. Baba tells Goku where the 3 men are, so he takes off after them, and catches them, and brings them to jail. Unfortunately, he missed his flight, so he decides to swim to Papaya Island. Episode 84, Rivals and Arrivals, aired on the 21st of October 1987. Krillin, Yamcha and the others arrive at Papaya Island and check in. While they wait for Goku, who is having trouble of his own, even if they're minor for his standards. The Crane Hermit and his 2 students, the same 2 who were swindling villagers with Inashikacho, turn up. Once they check in, Master Roshi says that he and Shen, the Crane Hermit, used to be friends, just as the registration period is about to end. Goku shows up. He and the others go out for a meal. Master Roshi promises the restaurant owner that he'll pay with the prize money from the tournament. That night, Krillin and Yamcha go out for a run and come across many of the other contestants training. The next morning, the 3 head towards the preliminary round arena, but Master Roshi disappears and Jackie Chan arrives. Episode 85, Preliminary Peril, aired on the 28th of October 1987. Goku, Krillin, Yamcha and Jackie Chan all get drawn into separate 8ths of the bracket, so they won't meet each other until the finals. Yamcha easily defeats his first opponent, and Krillin pretends to struggle with his opponent, but is easily victorious. Master Shen's 2 students, Tien Shinhan, who has 3 eyes, and Chiaotzu, approach Yamcha, Krillin and Goku to tell them how weak they are. Chiaotzu also calls Krillin a midget. With tensions running high, Yamcha and Tien square off to fight, but Jackie Chan steps in and reminds them that fighting now would disqualify them. Later, Chopper entered the tournament. He won it without even getting hit. Episode 86, Then There Were Eight, aired on the 4th of November, 1987. From the start, it's clear that Goku's much faster and stronger than King Chopper. He jumps into the air and on his way down he blows at the ground to slow himself down and throw off King Chopper's timing. He then delivers the final blow, winning the bout. Jackie Chun then enters his fight, and although he's completely distracted with thoughts of Goku's new strength, he defeats his opponent in 3 blows. The preliminary rounds continue until the first intermission, and during the meal, Yamcha and Tien nearly get into a fight, but once again, Jackie Chun stops them. Nam comes up to Goku to greet him. He's fighting in the tournament again, but this time it's for fun, since his village is no longer in need of water. Later, in the last match before the finals, Nam is nearly killed by Tien. Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, and Jackie Chun all advance into the final round. Episode 87, Yamcha vs. Tien, aired on the 11th of November, 1987. The finalists prepare to draw their numbers for the championship round, and Chaozu uses his powers to rig the seeding. The first match is Yamcha against Tien. The second match is Jackie Chun against Wolfman, and the third is Krillin against Chaozu. The fourth is Goku against Pomput. After a quick meal for Goku, the finals begin. Yamcha and Tien start fighting, and the two of them seem evenly matched. They even are surprised with the other's strength. During a lull in the action, Yamcha says that he's going to use his new technique, Wolf Fang Blowing Wind. Episode 88, Yamcha's Big Break, aired on the 18th of November, 1987. So Yamcha uses this new technique, but it has no effect. He lands dozens of punches on Tien, but they too don't seem to work. To everyone's surprise, Yamcha fires a Kamehameha wave, but Tien deflects it back at him. Yamcha jumps up to avoid it, but Tien is there and kicks him to the ground. Tien then comes down hard on Yamcha's leg, breaking it. Once Tien is declared the winner, Puar rushes in and transforms into a flying carpet to transport Yamcha to the hospital. Everybody heads back to the hotel to await tomorrow's match, Jackie Chun vs. Man Wolf. Episode 89, Full Moon Vengeance, aired on the 25th of November, 1987. Man Wolf has been waiting 3 years for the opportunity to fight Jackie Chun. He's angry with Jackie because he destroyed the moon, preventing him from changing back into a human. So Man Wolf tries to hit Jackie as hard as he can, but Jackie dodges with no effort. He then, as in Man Wolf, pulls a knife on Jackie Chun, thereby disqualifying himself, but Jackie easily stops Man Wolf from hurting him. He paralyzes Man Wolf with a special technique, then brings Krillin out into the ring. He hypnotizes Man Wolf into thinking that Krillin's bald, shiny head is the moon, and thus is able to change Man Wolf back into a human. He thanks Jackie Chun and then leaves the tournament. Episode 90, almost there, is the Dodon Wave, which aired on the 2nd of December, 1987. So Krillin and Chaozu begin to fight, and Chaozu reveals that he has the ability to fly. he starts firing Dodon rays at Krillin, who's forced to run wildly around the ring to avoid them. Goku then realizes that the Dodon ray is the same technique that was used by mercenary Tao. Tien overhears Goku talking about the Dodon ray, so Goku tells him that Tao used it right before he killed him. Tien is shocked to hear this, because Tao was one of the strongest men he ever knew. Jackie Chun tells Goku that Tao was Master Shen's brother, and Tien tells Shen about Tao, causing Shen to become even angrier at Master Roshi's students. Meanwhile, Krillin tries to knock Chaozu out of the air, but fails. He decides to try the Kamehameha wave, even though he's never used it. But Jackie Chun tries to tell Krillin that he's not ready to use it just yet. Episode 91, Counting Controversy, aired on the 9th of December, 1987. Chaozu fires his Dodon ray at Krillin, and it seems to destroy him, but suddenly, out of nowhere, Krillin appears in the air behind Chaozu and fires a Kamehameha wave at him. Chaozu is only barely able to float above the ring now, so he tries another special attack. He jumps headfirst towards Krillin in an attempt to push him out of the ring, but Krillin pushes him back. Chaozu then uses his special powers to paralyze Krillin, and as Krillin is getting beaten up, he realizes Chaozu needs his hands to use his powers, so he gives him a math problem. Chaozu begins counting on his fingers, allowing Krillin to punch him out of the ring. Later that night, someone sneaks into Goku's room and tries to kill him. Goku wakes up, so the man flees. Goku and Krillin catch up to him and find that it was the Crane Hermit trying to avenge the death of Tao. They square off to fight, but Tien suddenly shows up and stops them. He says that Goku must be punished and humiliated in the ring, not in the street at night. And then finally, episode 92, Goku enters the ring, which aired on the 16th of December, 1987. Goku and Master Roshi have a sparring session before the fourth match. Pomput's manager sees how strong Goku is and realizes Pomput can't beat him. So Goku goes for a quick run and Pomput's manager follows in his car. He catches Goku and tells him that the fight has been moved. He offers to take Goku to the new arena, but Launch, who is getting some ice cream, witnesses Goku getting into the car, so she chases after them. When she catches up to them, she easily defeats the manager's bodyguards. Goku runs back to the arena just in time for his fight. Pomput is a movie star and has never lost a fight, so he's very, very confident he can win. But once the fight starts, he tries to punch Goku. Goku dodges it, gives Pomput 3 quick elbows to the gut, and knocks him out. And that is all we've got time for tonight. So, if you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and hit the subscribe button for more. Thank you all so much for your comments